You're sitting in your office this afternoon and your boss calls and gives you the great news. The HR department is stuck on a plane in Chicago and aren't going to be able to make it down for the 2 o'clock speech that they're supposed to give. So you, being that you're in Toastmasters and everyone does that, get to give the speech in 2 hours. Eureka, right? I get to use my Toastmaster skills. The only problem is they're going to expect you to jump up there and not use notes and speak for 10 to 15 minutes. You have 2 hours. It normally takes you probably 8 hours to take care of that. So what do? Recently, I was involved in a memory training course, and one of the techniques they taught you was to visualize your bullet points. So I need you to stay with me on this and just use your imagination a little bit. And we'll walk through a 10 to 15 minute speech by just memorizing 10 simple items. And each of us can stand up here in table topics and speak for 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, some of us 5 minutes. But we'll just say, if you can speak for 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, you can get to 10 to 15 items. You'll have your 10 to 15 minute speech. So what I want you to do is right here on this lectern, I want you to visualize some produce. Now, for some people, that may be carrots and broccoli. Some, you may see a bowl of fruit. It's your image, whatever makes you memorize it. Let's just see. We're going to have produce up here on this lectern. Over here, we're going to put a clock. So whatever kind of clock you need to see, whether it's a grandfather clock, a Timex, anything that makes you remember. So we have some produce here, and we have a clock here. And stay with me. I'll show you how this pulls together in a minute. Over here on this door, we need a telephone. And I don't care if it's your cell phone, your BlackBerry, you can have a little wind-up clock, any kind of clock that suits your needs. Let's just stick a clock up here on the wall. And you need to do it with some enthusiasm. Your memory, if you remember things from when you were a kid, you don't remember the day you sat on the couch bored to death. You remember the day you cut your arm or got hit in the head with a baseball bat in practice or something. So slam that telephone up here on the wall. We're going to move back here around the room. And one of the reasons we're moving around the room is because when you're up there giving the speech, you don't want to stand there and think about it. You want to look around. So if you're looking at your images, some people may think you're looking around the room and more comfortable. So we're going to come back here and we're going to put a reward poster. And think about the old cowboy reward posters and it has your face on it. And then we're going to hold it up there. Let's grab some incense. You know those smoking incense that you hate to smell in the mall? And let's tack it up there on this wall and just suspend it. So you've got a reward poster with incense. Let's come back here. We have some produce, a clock, a telephone, and a reward sign with incense. Let's come over here to the back wall. On the back wall, I want to put a goal post. For me, that's a football goal post. And I just throw it up back here, and I pretend I'm kicking field goals from the front of the room. And that'll help me remember it. Let's take this bar over here. On this bar, I want a mobile sign. Think of a mobile gas station sign. That's the easiest thing for me to think of. So put a mobile gas station sign and just set it over here on the table. And I noticed Keith, he's thinking, where in the world is he going? On this partition, as we work our way around the room, we need brains. Some people can just take the brains. I know Dan may just take the brain character from his cartoons and put them over here. For me, I need something more graphic, so I may think of watching CSI and we've got brains on the wall. Whatever it takes for you to remember it. And as we come over here to the door, I want to put money on this doorknob. And the way I think about money on the doorknob is my dad always hollered at us, shut that door, money's flying out the door when you have the AC going and you open the door. So money going out the door, however you want to think it, money on the doorknob. Let's use this light. We're going to use this light and we're going to need to memorize a fish. So fish and light, how do you do that? For me, I'm going to throw a fish up on there and it's cooking on the light. And I see it smoking and I'm going to get to eat some fish for lunch. As we move over here to our last item, we're going to use this flag. And on the flag, just make this your favorite team's flag. Maybe it's Toastmasters, maybe it's the Olympic flag, maybe it's the Texans flag, whatever it is you want to use. So now we have 10 items here. We have our produce, we have our clock, we have our telephone, we have our reward sign with our incense on it, we have our goalpost in the back, a mobility sign, a mobile gas sign over here, then we have brains, money, fish, and then we have our team. Is everybody still with me? So all you have to do is use those as your triggers for your bullet points and then be able to speak for 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. And now you chose these items, So speaking for a minute and a half should be far easier than table topics where you had no idea. So now let's just go on to the speech. And what did each of these items mean for you? Well, produce, for me, is productivity. We want to increase productivity within our department. You speak for a minute and a half on productivity. The clock, obviously time management, time efficiency, something along those lines. The telephone, we wanted to analyze and listen to our employees' telephone conversation to see where we can improve. The reward sign and the incense, anyway, that's reward and incentive program that we implemented to help these folks. The goalpost, obviously, that's going to be your goals. What were the goals in mind for each individual? The mobile, I kind of gave away a moment ago, that's mobility. We're working on an upward mobility to help each of our individuals succeed. Over here on the brain, to do that, we had to involve some brainstorming ideas. So you speak about brainstorming. On money, obviously, we're in here for profitability and to increase our revenues. Over here on the fish, that's efficiency. We need to improve our efficiency to improve our profitability. And then over here, our team is obviously teamwork. We have to bring this all back to a team so that we can all succeed. So now there, in I would say probably 5 minutes, we've just picked up 10 different bullet points that you can use. If you can mumble around and stumble over them for a minute and a half, you've got your 15-minute speech that you wrote in 5 minutes, even though you were scared to death whenever your boss get called down on it. So you can go ahead and efficiently utilize your Toastmaster skills and impress everyone. There's no sense to be worried about it. Thank you.